Hello everyone, welcome to my brand new Let's Play series of Dragon Age 2. I'm Colonel RPG and I'm very happy to have you here with me for a Let's Play of the second game, obviously, of Dragon Age. I played the first game here on the channel. I got a link for you in the upper right corner of the screen for my first Let's Play, or rather for the Let's Play of the first game. And this game I will be playing on Twitch, so I got a link for you in the description for the playlist with all the VODs for the Twitch streams. But what I will do with this Let's Play is I will edit it all into a traditional Let's Play so that it doesn't have me talking to the viewers and all that sort of stuff, because you know how Twitch is, you know how it goes. I ramble it out well enough by myself, and I will ramble in this Let's Play about things, but you know, for YouTube, it's better to have a Let's Play that focuses on the game more than on my rambles. Although, again, as I said, I will be rambling, and I will also be importing my consequences from the first Let's Play into this playthrough of Dragon Age 2. So there's some interesting things. We'll get to that when we get to that part of the character creation. So for right now, let's start a new game. So we have mages, we have warriors, we have rogues. So I feel that rogues are really powerful, but mages are really powerful. Let's go with a mage. They command arcane spells, hurl bolts of magic from their staves. And I am gonna be female.
Had gentler invitations.
I am Cassandra Pentagust, Seeker of the Chantry.
And just, what are you seeking?
The champion.
Which one?
You know exactly why I'm here! Time to start talking, dwarf. They tell me you're good at it.
What do you want to know?
Everything. Start at the beginning.
Scouts. We will have to fight them sooner or later.
Then we make our stand here. Prepare yourself. Let's make this quick!
Let us. Okay, so pause is still spacebar. Right click is rotate the camera. And I don't have any abilities. This feels relatively... Okay, tab, highlights. This feels relatively familiar. Q and E don't seem to do anything. I don't know that I can choose... Who's that? Carver? Nope, cannot choose Carver. Maybe down here. Maybe that's... Anyway, let's attack that guy over there. With my magic missiles, I assume. Is it? Oh, right-click is attack. And you can select characters. I think. Is it? Let me see. No, there's a sort of a... I don't know. I'm trying to figure... The game is giving me tutorials, but the tutorials hurt my soul. I have a lot of trouble with them. Hi, hello, aren't you cool? This game, this intro reminds me a lot of those Lord of the Rings games that used to come out a lot back then. there were a few Lord of the Rings games that looked a lot like this and played a little bit like this as well. And since the first Dragon Age also takes after Lord of the Rings a little bit, it's only fitting that the second one does as well.
We can't keep this up forever.
Oh, and now we have goody two shoes, a person with a hammer, and somebody that laughs as our alignments. I do want to go with the goody two shoes. I want to see where that goes with this game. And I also want to romance all the companions, so I don't know if goody two shoes is going to get me anywhere, but yeah, this is the line.
We'll make it through this, together.
Here they come. Shall I give them a taste of my blade?
All yours, brother.
He's my brother. I did not realize that. Okay, so let's try... Let's see, I wonder... Oh, look at that! We have all the abilities down here now. We have Winter's Grasp, I know those. Fireball, I also know that. Crushing Prison. The mage traps a target in a collapsing cage of telekinetic force. Of course it has to be telekinetic. It's all the rage in the 2010s. Mind, also in the 2000s. Mind Blast, I remember that one. And Firestorm. The mage calls forth a devastating shower of flame that blasts down on the targeted area. And over here we have Cone of Cold. Now that is my baby. And I will protect my baby brother. I don't know, maybe... Oh, freaking hell, look at this thing. Hello? Oh no, the Cone of Cold is not as good as it used to be. Okay, well, let's do it like this. Relatively okay. That is... Oh, we can zoom out as well. That is absolutely okay. Let's see what happens with... Oh, people have become transparent. A little. Okay, well, it seems like my brother is indeed in a little bit of a predicament. We're gonna go with this. 100% versus normal enemies. Apparently there is... oh my god, I just absolutely obliterated those guys. I don't know what the range is for that thing. Let's try to do that. So if I select you, and then Winter's Grasp... I think that's probably better for more powerful enemies. That said... Bro over there is doing his thing. Hello. I seem to have a little bit... Oh, Firestorm. I wonder if this works against friendlies. Let's see. It's alright. And then we have Cone of Cold. Yeah, Cone of Cold not being... it is damaging me, though, so I guess it works against me as well. I think it is damaging me. Why do these guys keep showing up? Yeah, they always have an ogre. We know this. Okay, let's see. Winter's Grasp. Winter's Grasp does not seem to have affected the ogre very nicely. Let's do a cage. Crushing Prison. Also didn't work. I saw an X. Is Fireball AoE? Yes, it is. It says diameter 10 meters. I think we're gonna be alright. Oh, that might be a good idea, though. Let's see, because, you know, there's more. Oh, yeah. Like, all I had to do was click Fireball and see. So, Carver over there... Oh, I see. Okay, it works well enough. And that's a lot of damage in the back. And I think I'm probably gonna want to... Oh, I don't like you. Let me stay out of the way. Carver, you idiot. Let me protect you here. See what I can do. Like this. Okay, now you. I can do a mage or a ice thing. That's blood magic.
There's no end to them.
Bullshit. That's not what really happened.
Does that not match the story you've heard, Seeker?
I'm not interested in stories. I came to hear the truth.
What makes you think I know the truth?
Don't lie to me! You knew her even before she became the champion.
Even if I did, I don't know where she is now.
Do you have any idea what's at stake here?
Let me guess. Your precious chantries fall into pieces and put the entire world on the brink of war. And you need the one person who could help you put it back together.
The champion was at the heart of it when it all began. If you can't point me to her, tell me everything you know.
You aren't worried I'll just make it up as I go?
Not at all.
You'll need to hear the whole story.
Select a save to import from Dragon Age Origins. So this is how it goes. Okay. So Connor was freed from the demon. Templars were recruited into the army. Dalish elves were recruited into the army. Harrowmont rules Orzammar. The Anvil of the Void was destroyed. Loghain became a Grey Warden. Anora is Queen of Ferelden. The Dark Ritual was not performed. Loghain died, killing the Archdemon. Amaranthine was saved by the Darkspawn Assault. The Architect is alive. Warden's Keep was reclaimed. Shale was discovered. King Kaelin's corpse was burned. And that is... Yep. And the world state is this. Congratulations, this saved game imported successfully. Well, thank you. Helen. Helen is a cool name. We can select the difficulty. I think I went on normal for the main game, and I still had trouble for the first game, I mean. So let's see how this goes.
The Blight had been unleashed on Ferelden. Darkspawn poured out of the wilds, clashing against the army at the ruins of Ostagar. The battle was a disaster. King Kaelin died on the field with his men, betrayed by his most trusted general. Unopposed, the Horde marched on the village of Lothering. The village burned, and many innocents were slaughtered. The champion's family barely escaped in time.
That's us. That's our family, I think. Oh, that's our brother. I heard no faces.
I think that's all of them.
He does not look like me.
For the moment, make us save us. We've lost it all. Everything your father and I built. I know how much Lothering meant to you, but we have to move. Yes, you're right.
We should have run sooner. Why did we wait so long?
Why are you looking at me? I've been running since Ostagar.
None of my family looks like me. They do look like each other.
Listen, you two. The Darkspawn could be on us any minute.
Please, listen to your sister.
Then let's go. Lead on.
Don't give me orders. Man, this plays so much like The Witcher, or the rotation and all that. Like, just feels like a Witcher game, which makes sense because it's in the same engine. I think this one still used the same engine, the Aurora engine. Wait a minute, are we surrounded right now? We are surrounded right now. Okay, let's see. You are doing things. You're also a spellcaster? Her name is Bethany. And Helen Hawk. Oh, we have a family name. It's a good thing I didn't give me two names. And then we have Carver. Why aren't they my family? How is he my rival? Okay, well, I suppose he's my rival then. And she's a mage, and he's a warrior. Sounds good to me. Are they gonna take care of each other? Or themselves, I should say. I hope so. Let me go over here and see what I can do. Hello. Yeah. Oh, I don't have my abilities. I do have Mind Blast, though, so that kind of helps. Let's see what I can do with that. Okay, that helps a little. Let me put myself in a sacrificial position here. Nobody's taking too much damage, though, so I think so far it's going all right. I'm still undecided as to how exactly I choose who to attack. One of our characters leveled up already? Lovely. We also have a codex. The daughter of Malcolm Hawke and Leandra Amel, Helen has lived in many places throughout Ferelden, Her father was a mage, and his gifts were passed on to both Helen and Bethany, Malcolm's younger sister. Malcolm refused to submit himself to the Chantry's rule. He kept his abilities a secret and taught his daughters to do the same. Therefore, the family was constantly on the move to avoid Templar hunters. 10 years ago, because the Templars hunt mages, 10 years ago the family settled in the village of Lothering, building a home on the outskirts and making a life where they wouldn't forever be on the run. Though Leandra worried constantly that the Templars would one day catch up with them, Malcolm's teachings were sufficient to keep them safe. He died 3 years ago, leaving Helen responsible for the welfare of her mother and younger siblings. They are my younger siblings, there we go. When the Blight began, and that's in the first game, and also what the cutscene was talking about, Carver enlisted in King Kaelin's regiment, saying the horde spilling from the Korcati wilds meant their home would be quickly overrun if the Darkspawn were not defeated immediately. Helen remained in Lothering to safeguard the family. Carver appeared on their doorstep almost a month later, exhausted and injured. King Kaelin had been betrayed and slain at Ostagar. I say that he wasn't really betrayed. The cutscene right at the beginning of the game does leave some room for you to think that it was a strategic decision rather than an actual betrayal, because the King Kaelin is portrayed as a buffoon, as an idiot, and I probably would have done the same. It was a strategic decision to not advance. It wasn't really a betrayal. The game is making too much out of it, honestly. And the horde was advancing on Lothering. Though Helen and the others were making plans to leave, they fled their home before they were fully prepared, and it may still be too late. And then we can learn about the Darkspawn, which is really good, but we're not going to do that right now. And we also have Hurlocks over here, which are Darkspawn creatures. But what I really want is a level up. We're going to go with magic. That increases our actual damage. Oh, and we can click on a tree to zoom in. Elemental. Oh, these are the skill... Oh, there's more skill trees than in the first game, I think. Although they are smaller. Cool. Let's go with a heal for the moment. And hopefully that's going to be alright. So let's move out. That's where we come from, right?
Wait. Where are we going?
Away from the Darkspawn, where else?
And then where? We can't just wander aimlessly.
Wherever we go, what's important is that we don't separate.
We can go to Kirkwall.
Kirkwall? Are you sure that's wise?
There's a lot of Templars in Kirkwall, Mother. I know that, but we still have family there, and an estate. Then we need to get to Gwarin and take ship.
If we survive that long, I'll just be happy to get out of here.
Now we fight!
We do fight, but they have an estate in Kirkwall? How do you know they have an estate in Kirkwall? They might have taken it already. They haven't been there for years.
You will not have him! They will not have you. Not while I breathe.
Well, I guess the Templars found us. Well, that renders that discussion moot. Not mute. It's a different thing altogether. Okay, so I am a little bit lacking in the AoE department. I think it's alright, though. The Templars seem to be handling themselves relatively well. Good.
You know, that was almost fun.
Stop squirming, Wesley. You'll make it worse.
Wesley.
Apostate, keep your distance.
Well, the Maker has a sense of humor. Darkspawn and now a Templar. I thought they all abandoned Lothering.
The Spawn are clear in their intent, but a mage is always unknown. The Order dictates.
Wesley.
The Order dictates.
Ooh.
Dear, they saved us. The Maker understands.
Of course.
I am Aveline Valenne. This is my husband, Sir Wesley. We can hate each other when we're safe from the Horde.
A strange time to be hunting apostates. His fellows left with the Chantry priests.
I was traveling to Denerim on business for the Order, but I had to turn south when I heard of Ostagar.
Bad luck and judgment brought us together here before the attack.
The nice Templar has been convinced to postpone his hunt for illegal mages. So let's not dwell upon it, shall we?
Wise girl.
You're quick to offer your allegiance.
Another blade between us and the Darkspawn? Yes, please.
So long as the Horde is their first concern.
My duty is clear, but that is for another day, if we are granted that opportunity.
We will be fine. We all will.
For a while it looked like we were the only ones to escape the Darkspawn.
We aren't free of them yet. You didn't see Ostagar. This is just the start.
You were there. Yes, I see it now. Third Company, under Captain Varel.
Then you saw how the whole of the army was defeated.
We fell to betrayal, not the Darkspawn. This arm of the Horde will not have the same advantage.
So what they're referring to there, about it being betrayal, not the Darkspawn, it is generally considered to be the case by everybody who was loyal to the king. But that's why I'm saying the narrator is taking a side. Locane definitely didn't think that he betrayed the king. His intentions weren't necessarily completely immaculate, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have an argument. Either way.
How bad is that wound?
I think my sword arm's a loss, even with healing.
Then you will have mine, as always. For now, we move with you. North is cut off. We barely escaped the main body of the Horde.
Then we're trapped. The wilds are to the south, that's no way out.
We have no choice. The Darkspawn have us fenced in. We go south.
Bethany friendship plus 10, Carver rivalry plus 5. Lyrium potion immediately? Really? Wow. Lyrium is a potion for mages specifically, but it is also a type of material that is very specific to certain things. Mother, what are you doing?
I'm not sure we can survive much more of this.
Well, you're not gonna survive if you just stay there. Wait a minute, there's more of them up there. Oh, there's a thing flying. Hi, I'm here as the current mage. That's good, it's good, don't worry about it. That's a grunt over there. Are they all grunts? Because this grunt over here is stronger than the others. And we have ourselves quick potions. No, don't worry about it. What's going on? There's more back here? Yeah, so grunts are actually stronger than normal Hurlocks. Yeah, there's more of them. They keep showing up. Just attack the grunt first and foremost. And keep an eye on everybody's health. That's our playstyle right now. Yeah, Mother is not. Mother is not really messing around with things because she doesn't fight. Let's go. She is coming though. Oh yeah, these guys. What are they fighting? We have health potions, thank you. How are they fighting each other? Are they like training or something? I think they might be. So the fighting style is different based on if you're using ranged attacks or close or up close. She fights with the blade and the staff up close. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna do the thing here. This. There you go. Everybody's a little bit stunned. Look at it. Oh, she's not fighting. I think I need to right click. I think left clicking doesn't do everything. I need to right click to attack. We got some rubble here with an amulet. plus 3% physical damage. We also have some level ups. Let's give you this amulet. And let's take care of your level ups. Our friend and sister, Bethany, over here. Should I give her maximum magic? I don't know how... I don't know if she's gonna stay with me. And I'm a little bit apprehensive about, you know, making my team around her. So let's get a little bit of Constitution and a little bit of Cunning. We're gonna go with Strength, Cunning, and Constitution for him. And we have the abilities for the warrior. Shield? Probably. Stonewall, that's what I want. The warrior braces for impact, shrugging off damage from for a brief moment, and pushing back against any foe who attacks. Okay. Let's go with Stonewall then. And that's it. I wonder if I have... how I have control of different characters. We got a Darkspawn armor fragment. How I can switch between characters. F1. Oh, it's the F keys. Good stuff. Good stuff. Another dead refugee here. And a bunch of these guys. Oh. Well, I'm going in, taking all the hits here. And then doing this. And then trying to heal myself. I don't think that I confused a whole lot of them. What is that? That it's an emissary apprentice. Let's leave you there. And you are pretty good at doing your thing. You're not pretty good at doing your thing. Let's bring you over here because we absolutely need to focus. And then we have our Templar friend over here. She has shield defense. Is that a stance? That is a stance, isn't it? Sustained mode. Yes, it is. I wonder if this game has the same AI packages as the first game. Because the first game had quite a lot of AI packages that you could play around. And it was pretty beneficial to play around with them. If you wanted to have a team that works well. That's not great. Bethany, get out of there. Get out of there. Okay, you do that. If only just because you could just tell your characters not to use certain abilities until you needed them. Which was very good, for example, for stuns. You just told your character... I did that. Told your characters never to use stuns. And then I used them manually.
Make it good.
It's pretty good. I mean, you're not doing very well up there. And then another one. Okay.
Quickly, before they regroup. We must press towards the wilds.
Just need to wait for them. Oh, there's more dead refugees here. They seem to have not stuck together and just been...
Not going to happen.
And they were just attacked one at a time. Apart from these ones that are everywhere. I need to use rogues to open chests. Unfortunately for me, I don't have rogues. Are you? You're not a rogue. Why do I have two warriors? Let's go for a strength warrior. Two-hander. That's the stuff. That's the spirit. We're gonna go with Vanguard over here. Control. The warrior fights with discipline, not anger, making every swing count. And this mode cannot be used at the same time as might. Which is a mode we have already. She has shield. Dang it. Let's give her shield bash. That might not be the best decision on my part. Let's bring up that magic. And then we're gonna go to creation. We have heroic aura. That's pretty awesome, actually. And that's it. And we're gonna turn that on. Because it is sustained, right? I believe so. What are these? Potions? Maybe. Yeah. We just don't have rogues. Can't do that. We do have another dead refugee. And the Korcari Wilds. It is said that in the midst of the Black Age, when werewolves stalked the lands of Ferelden in numbers that kept every farmholder indoors and a hound on every doorstep, a powerful Arl of the Alamari peoples stood and declared that he would put an end to the threat. His Arling stood on the border of the Dark Forest, on the southern border of the Ferelden Valley, and he claimed that the werewolves used the forest to launch their midnight assaults on humanity. For 20 years, this Arl led an army of warriors and hounds deep into the forest in his hunt for the werewolves. He slew not only every wolf he came upon, but also every member of the chastened wilder folk. And I believe those are elves. I might be wrong about that. Any one of them, he said, could harbor a demon inside and thus be a werewolf in disguise. For 20 years, the forest rang with screams and the rivers ran red. The tales say that an old chastened woman found her sons all dead at the Arl's blades. She pulled one of those very blades from one of her son's heart and plunged it into her own chest, cursing the Arl's name as she did so. Where her blood touched the ground, a mist began to rise. It spread and spread until it was everywhere in the forest. The Arl's army became lost, and it is said that they died there. Others say they wander still. The ruins of his Arling stand to this day, filled with the ghosts of women waiting eternally for their husbands to return. The forest of the legend is, of course, the Korkari Wilds. There are as many legends about the great southern forest as there are shadows, or so the saying goes. The chastened wilder folk have made their home there since mankind first came to these lands, and the wild land spread as far into the south as anyone has ventured. Beyond the mists are vast tracts of snow, white-capped mountains, and entire fields of ice. It is a land too cold for mankind to survive, yet the chastened eke out an existence even there, and they tell of horrors beyond the wilds that the lowland folk could not begin to comprehend. To most, Ferelden simply ends with the Korkari Wilds. There is nothing beyond. The wilds is a land of great trees, wet marshes, and dangerous monsters. What more need be said? And this is from The Land of the Wilders by Mother Aelis, Chantry Scholar 918. I think that she's one of the Chantry Scholars that I like, not the other one that I didn't. There's a lot of codex entries that are written by specific people, and I remember some of them. So we have Bethany over here. So I want her to be a damage dealer, if at all possible. So I'll go up on her magic as much as I can, and we will go with Pyromancer for extra fire damage. This sounds like a lovely time for everyone. And we have you. Honestly, let's go with Strength, because I think I'm doing a wrong thing here. Stonewall. Yeah, I'm having 2 shields at the front, which is fine, I suppose. Having 2 shields and 2 spellcasters that aren't very shieldy. That's probably good. And then we have 2-handed. No, that's not what I want. Let's go with an upgraded pommel blow over here for 100% chance to stun. It's not actually what it does. It increases the duration, I believe. That's good enough. There's also some more lore entries here. An honest answer regarding the Apostates. That's about the prosecution of people who use magic by the Chantry. It's connected to the lore of the world. And also the city of Kirkwall over here, where we are supposed to go. Kirkwall once lived on the edge of the Tevinter Imperium, and was home to nearly 1 million slaves, stolen from elven lands or shipped from across the sea. All slaves fed the Imperium's unquenchable thirst for expansion. They worked in massive quarries and sweltering foundries that produced stone and steel for the Empire. The city's complicated past is not easy to forget. It's not very complicated, it's very simple, it's slavery. History having earmarked many corners of the Stone City. A ship approaching the harbor spots the city's namesake, an imposing black wall. It is visible for miles, and carved into the cliffside are a pantheon of vile guardians representing the old gods. Over the years, the Chantry has effaced many of these profane sentinels, but it will take many more years to erase them all. Also carved into the cliff is a channel that permits ships into the city's interior. Flanking the channel are 2 massive bronze statues, the twins of Kirkwall. The statues have a practical use. Kirkwall sits next to the narrowest point of the waking sea, and a massive chain net can be erected between the statues and the lighthouse, closing off the only narrow navigable lane. This stranglehold on the sea traffic is jealously guarded by the ever-changing rulers of the city, as the net trolls taxes, tolls, and extortions in from the sea. Well, it's gonna be a big city, isn't it? Does this game only take place in Kirkwall? I remember seeing that somewhere.
Maker, give me strength.
That's why I said I didn't know if they were gonna stick with me.